It was good. This is your boy Mo, aka Rafe from Money and Violence, and I'm about to vent.
So some of these gems you're dropping here, you've actually said them in Money and Violence, right? Especially about like trying to teach people, you understand what I'm saying, and the integrity and stuff of that nature. A lot of these things were littered in. You get what I'm saying? But I don't think, I think it went over a lot of people's heads.
I don't know if it did, because that was the beautiful thing about Money and Violence, right? I remember towards the end of season 1, my assistant calls me and she's like crying. Like, what's wrong with you? She's like, Moses, the Tribeca Film Festival called and they want to honor you, right? And the great thing with Money and Violence was that the project, and I was surprised, because I mean, these are white people in their 40s and 50s, but the project was received exactly how it was meant to. Money and Violence was never seen as glorifying violence. Money and Violence was seen as a teaching tool. You understand? I remember Gossip.com did this amazing article, right, on Money and Violence about the importance of Black people controlling the Black narrative, Black stories told by Black people with no white interference. And I remember them comparing Money and Violence to a different world, and them saying that this tale, this street tale, is just as important as Whitley and Dwayne's journey through Hillman, because what it does was it gives you an authentic peek at these people who we cross the street to avoid, to realize that they're human. Because the great thing about Money and Violence was just the fact that if you really watch the show, you realize, bruh, no one was happy. Everyone was on this constant chase, bro. No, you never saw these guys happy.
That's a fact.
You never saw these guys happy. You understand? And it's because that show wasn't about glorification, bro. What that show was, it goes back to what I said when I was growing up, and I had guys on my block that were in the Daily News, Brooklyn's Most Wanted. I don't know if you remember the guy Babyface, who like robbed the armored truck on Church Avenue.
Yeah.
Bro, I went to junior high school with dude. You understand what I'm saying? And all of these people that the world would look at as some of the worst were actually some of the most loving people I knew.
Normal.
So
at the very least.
So that was my thing with Money and Violence was they rob, they steal, but guess what? They go home and they hug and kiss their kids just like everybody else, Crime isn't something that's done out of enjoyment, it's done out of necessity. And when you grow up in these disenfranchised neighborhoods with lack of resources, and then you also factor in the fact that you grow up in this negative atmosphere that normalizes these things.
It's a job.
Yeah, it's just a job to you. If you remember the end of season 1, when Kane had killed the guy during the robbery, and he sat there with Rafe, and Rafe told him, bruh, this is your role. It's not who you are. At the end of the day, you may have committed this act, but you saved Shane's life. You understand? And I need you to understand that there are people, even if they had the gun in their hand and were put in that position, still wouldn't have been able to pull the trigger. So you need to commend yourself for the fact that you stepped outside of your fears and prioritized saving Shane. It's all perspective, man. And in no way, once again, in no way were we trying to glorify gun violence or anything like that, but it was to try to help people to understand the mind of these people that are from this world. And that was the great thing. I remember having conversations with these executives from Lionsgate, 50, 60-year-old white people, and we're having in-depth conversations about Rafe, Miz, Shane and Kane, and they understand. Yeah, what's up, people? This is your boy Mo, Rafe from Money and Violence, and I just vented, man. Make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Yo, Slops, what up?